In Deuteronomy 17:17, it says that the king must not take many wives from himself, or else they will turn his heart away from the Lord. Right? God created specifically one woman for one man and one man for one woman. Not two women for one man, or not two men for one woman. Right? This culture that we're in is a very polygamy culture. It's a culture where men want to fornicate before marriage, women want to fornicate before marriage, right? If you're a man and you got multiple women, you're praised. You know what I'm saying? The way social media portrays, having multiple people in your life, having, multiple women or multiple men, is just disgusting. It's disgusting to me. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that you are playing with people's bodies, right? You're playing with people's souls, right? You're going out there and you have your wife at home and you want to waste her time by spending more time with another woman, right? Not a lot of people see how disrespectful that is, right? Vice versa, you're a woman and you got your husband and you're steady looking for the better option, steady looking for somebody who's better than your husband per se. That's disrespectful and that's disgusting. The way this generation is when it comes to relationships, it's very, very sad, right? When I scroll on social media, there's so many people my age that are struggling to find a person for them because they believe that they'll get cheated on. They believe that they'll get played with, right? And so it becomes trauma. They try to jump into a relationship and it just won't succeed because of their own trauma, right? Because of their overthinking, right? All because they see so many people getting cheated on, getting played with. It's sad. It's a sad reality. And not many people realize that this is the devil's doing. The devil wants us young people to take advantage of our drive, to take advantage of our youth, and to just get as many men or women as we want. Just waste ourselves, waste our energy on multiple women. That's what the devil wants from us. The devil wants us to fornicate before marriage. The devil wants us to believe that having multiple women is a good thing, when in reality all that does is waste your time. Instead of trying to better yourself, you're trying to find out what this woman is doing and what that woman is doing. Instead of trying to spend time to get to know the Lord, to get to know Christ, to get to know God, you're wasting your time trying to get multiple women, right? And I'm telling you right now, the more that you spend time, trying to find if this woman likes you, if this woman likes you, how can I get this woman, the easier it is for you to go to hell. And when you go to hell, the sin that you struggle with the most is what you're going to be indulging in when you're there. The more that you indulge in woman, the more that you indulge in lust, the easier it is for you to go to hell and have your flesh being tormented, all because you couldn't control yourself in the present moment, all because you couldn't control what's down there, right? A lot of men don't think about the consequences of having multiple women, right? Next thing you know, you get attacked by another man because you're messing with another man's wife. Next thing you know, you're carrying, demonic spirits from that woman, all because you think that she's attractive. Next thing you know, you bring a child into this world out of wedlock, all because you think that woman is attractive, and next thing you know, you're not ready to provide for the child or the woman. Next thing you know, you realize that that woman has issues going on with herself. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. As a woman, you try to steal another woman's husband, not knowing that he's a wife abuser, not knowing that he has trauma going on for himself. This topic is not talked about enough, right? There's a lot of people who think that cheating is funny, that it's something to be played with, right? That they find it amusing. But next thing you know, you cheat on somebody, and now that person is suicidal. Now that person wants to take their own life. Now that person thinks less of themselves, right? Now that person can never recover for the rest of their life because of the fact that they put all of their love, they put all of their soul, all of their heart into one person, right? And they tore it apart. That's why it's very, very important that you pick and choose your partner, right? You use your discernment in knowing if this person is sent from God or not. If this person is pushing you towards God or pushing you towards lust. Because a relationship cannot thrive on just lust. It can't thrive off of that. Because instead of that person loving you for you, that person is now loving the version of you in that bedroom. And that person is not appreciating the things that you've done for them. That person is not appreciating your kindness, you know what I'm saying, your mannerism, right? When a person only loves you for lust or only wants you for lust, that person is using you. That person is using you for their own satisfaction, right? That person is using you just for your flesh and not for your soul. That's why it's very important that you flee from lust as a man. That's why it's very important that you marry a woman not for her beauty, not for her looks, but for the way that she carries herself. You have to know if she's really a woman of God or not, right? You have to know if her actions matches her words. There's a lot of women out there that claim that they love the Lord, that they're women of God, but behind closed doors, they are extremely, extremely lustful. They are extremely disrespectful. You have to read a woman's actions and not her words, right? It is so easy as a man for you to be blinded by a woman's words. You know what I'm saying? It is so easy for a woman to say that they love you, and then next thing you know, they do something sneaky behind your back, right? You have to know what type of person this woman is by her actions and not by her words. And make sure that you pray over that woman. Make sure that you pray and ask God if that woman is for you. Right? It's time for us to start praying more. It's time for us to start talking to God more. It's time for us to start strengthening our relationship with the Lord more. Right? We have to understand that we cannot do a lot of things in our life alone. We need help from God. We need help from the Lord. Or else we'll just be running chickens with our head cut off, or else we'll just be lost, right? You have to ask the Lord for help. Humble yourself. Understand that you do not know everything. I do not know everything. It doesn't matter about the words that I'm speaking right now or the wisdom that I'm portraying. I don't know everything, right? You don't know everything. So it's very important that instead of just relying on our own knowledge, we rely on God's knowledge. It's not about what we want. It's about what God wants. It's not about what we know. It's about what God knows, right? And if God knows everything, why don't you rely on Him more? Why don't you ask Him if this woman is for you? Why don't you ask Him if you should take this job? Why don't you ask Him if you should do this hobby? You need to learn how to communicate with the Lord. You need to learn how to communicate with God. And stop trying to focus on communicating with multiple women. And stop trying to focus on communicating with multiple men. With that being said, I'm going. Peace.